Hi, good evening, Professor Mullins. Jatan Strickland here to do our final project, my 3 to 5 minute audio. I will try not to go over. As you know, I can be a talker. First, I just want to say it's been a great class. I appreciate you having me. I never thought that I would be a good candidate for an online class because normally I really need to be in front of an instructor, physically in a place, but this has taught me some maturity in my educational process. But anyways, I digress. So today I'm here to sum up one of the theories from the several educators that we've learned about. The one, of course, I'm going to choose is Maria Montessori. She will forever be my choice in education. I think that her theory and her thoughts on children and the way that they learn were totally phenomenal. I owe a lot of her methods to the success of my own children. Maria Montessori was the only daughter, of course, of a wealthy couple. Dad didn't want her to pursue anything except being a teacher. That was the most respectable position for a woman. But her mom, of course, encouraged her to do something else, which I thought was really cool. Yay, Mom. Her theories, her theory was really sensory. She really believed that children learned by doing, which I think is just incredible. I also liked Maria Montessori because she believed that children were people. They were little people, but she really believed that they were people, and she treated them as such. She treated them as such, for instance, creating furniture to fit their size. When I go into a daycare or a setting with younger children, I just never would have thought that making things the size for the child to be able to utilize, I just would have never put that together, and I think that that was awesome. Also, what I loved about her the best was that she encouraged children to be independent and to do things that interest them to encourage their learning. Again, I have 4 children, and all 4 of them were lucky enough to be able to go through the Montessori method, which, in my opinion, is exactly why they're very successful. My children are the same kind of learner that I am. In addition to my day job, I also do nails, and I became the best in my class because I was able to experiment with the product, touch the product, use the product, and build with the product, and that's how I was able to learn. I aced all of my tests because I was able to do those things, and that's exactly the way that my children learn. They're very visual. I have a 23-year-old who has graduated and passed the paramedics exam here in Chicago, and from what I understand, it's a very hard exam to pass, but because she was able to get in, experience, do hands-on training, she blew the test away. And again, this is something that we also, her and her dad, her dad and myself, I'm sorry, owe to the Montessori method. Maria Montessori, again, really believed in treating children as people. She gave them the opportunity to to explore their own personalities and become who they probably will be, growing up. Her methods did. Again, she loved sensory methods to educate children. She also believed in a lot of free time. It wasn't very structured as, you know, we know it in regular schools. I'm a product of the CPS system. And I always got in trouble because, you know, that whole sitting in line and raising your hand and waiting to be acknowledged, that didn't really work for me. You know, they thought for a moment that I was going to be a special ed child, but that wasn't the case at all. Some children just will not be able to survive in that particular kind of structure. And while her method and her theory may have looked unstructured, it really did have structure. You know, things were placed at their eye level where they could reach it and get it to use it when it was good for them. There was tons of sensory stuff around that they were able to explore to determine if it was something that they wanted to use. So for me, Montessori will always be the way to go for me. I have friends that are just beginning to have children, and I encourage them to use the Montessori way. Even going into secondary education, I don't know how yet, but I plan to infuse some of her methods in my way of teaching because I will probably love Montessori forever. Hey, again, it's been a great class. I am so glad, again, that you allowed me to be a part of it. I look forward to having you in other classes. Have a great evening. Bye.